Hi, I'm Kiara, and this is Mishka, and welcome to ChangeMaker's Mic'd Up.
Hi, my name is Aanya Baxi. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so how did this whole journey into leadership and social service begin for you?
I think it actually started with my personal project where I was kind of lost, honestly, on how I wanted to, like, I knew I wanted to do something in music and I knew I wanted to help someone get access to music, but I just didn't know how. And a lot of the leadership at the school, especially Mr. Kumar, really led me to Priyansh Special School. And with them, I started working with Unified Theatre. And that's when I made a short film about how um, music helps emotions and how it helps these children in cognitive processing. And from there was kind of where I got my idea of Rang Tarang.
Oh, okay, okay.
So, was there any like particular moment or experience that made you realize, oh, this is something I want to do?
Yeah, I think actually during one of the Unified Theatre rehearsals, I saw some of the kids feeling anxious and a little bit uncomfortable with music. I brought a guitar just for fun to show them, and they really did want to play it, but unfortunately, like it felt like the guitar wasn't really made for them. And I think that was another striking moment that made me realize that that is something I want to find out more about. I want to know why it is that they don't have access to it in the same way we do. And I also kind of wanted to know, like, how can I play a role in making it more accessible?
Okay. And you're also co-leading Unified Theatre this year, right?
Yeah.
So can you tell us what it's all about and what drew you to it in the first place?
Of course. So, Unified Theatre is essentially a stage and a platform to show inclusivity and to give every single person the opportunity to express themselves through theatre. I think, first of all, it's just so important for us to all have a way to kind of express ourselves, and Unified Theatre is that for these children. Another thing is how, honestly, how beautiful the entire thing is. The fact that we as students at an IB school can be standing alongside students who haven't gotten this kind of opportunity before, and we work together as equals. I think it's just so amazing, and both us and the students at Priyansh, we get a lot from it. So it's a really like enriching experience.
It's very lovely to hear.
Yeah.
So, we'd also love to hear a story or a moment from the project that stuck with you, like something that's really made you feel the impact that it's having.
So when I actually got the idea for Rang Tarang, it was when I was in the process of making my short film and working with these children on the guitar and the violin, and I saw these like patterns of not mistakes, but like issues in the guitar and the violin that was stopping them from being able to play it and really engage with it equally. And when I made the entire idea for Rang Tarang and I got my first prototype to Priyansh, these were the children that I started working with at first. My prototype was like tested on them. And when I saw that smile on their faces, when they finally got the hang of it, when they played their first proper chord and they were strumming and they were feeling confident about it, that was my favorite moment by far.
Wow, okay. So that also led for you to start with a project called Rang Tarang.
Yes.
Oh, so can you tell us more about that?
Yes. So, over the course of the few months that I was developing and working with these neurodivergent children on just learning the guitar and the violin, I noticed like these three main issues, as I was saying earlier, in the instrument themselves. Like it was less about the way they were learning and the way I was teaching, and more about the system being exclusively for particular people
Right.
of particular
Like not inclusivity
yeah,
for
exactly,
everyone.
exactly. And that's when I saw not only the fact that music has an insanely good amount of help for their emotions, it's so good for them. They are so happy after playing an instrument and engaging with music. That's the first thing I noticed. The second thing I noticed is that the way that all of us pick up instructions, they don't do that in the same way.
Right.
So using colors, so essentially my entire idea is built around color. Like Rang Tarang translates to color melody. So essentially I'm using these research techniques that I've seen work with them firsthand, which is kinesthetic learning, which is like touch and like tactile learning, along with colors. And colors also, like studies show that they engage a lot better with colors. So by combining these two things, I've made these inclusive instruments. So you now just need to put these colored rings on your hands and each finger and refer to an image, and it just becomes a simple like matching game.
Oh wow.
So I've really simplified and made music, for them, so they don't feel like it's a challenge anymore. Of course, it challenges them to the extent to which they enjoy it, but it doesn't make them feel like I'm not built for this.
Right. And it like makes them feel like, oh, I can do this
Yeah,
too.
exactly.
Okay.
What were some of the biggest hurdles you faced when you were getting Rang Tarang off the ground?
So at first, like I was saying, I started with just like one prototype of a guitar and one prototype of the violin. I might have spent like approximately 5 hours on each of them, because I just kept on tearing off the tape again and again and trying different things, because I just couldn't, like, I was imagining if I was in their position, would I have been able to do it, and I think that initial ideation process, it took a long time, but it was very fun, because I got to put myself in their position and I got to think, I would never want to be excluded from music. I love music. So I would love to give that opportunity to someone else. And how can I, what can I do to make it better for them? So that being in that mindset was like both a challenge, but also a really like fun thing about this process.
What is one key thing that you want people to take away from your project?
I mean, I've said this before and I'll say it again. I think inclusivity, it's not just something that is an easy word to put on a cast or a services action to make it like nice.
Yeah.
It's genuinely like, it's something that people throw this word around a lot. I've noticed this, like, you should be more inclusive, you should do this, you should do that. But honestly, what are we doing in our day-to-day lives to make sure that everything we have access to, other people have access to, and things we may not have access to, what are other people doing so that we have access to that too? Like, just because you're born in a particular way, that shouldn't ever deny you the opportunity to do something. And inclusion is beyond just a word. It's the fact that every single person feels accepted, included, and they feel like I belong here, And that's something that I feel like is crucial, not just in what I'm working with, but in every aspect of life. So I'm really like grateful that I get to, put that into action through my project.
Okay.
So you've already come so far with your project. So do you have any plans to take it further and like maybe expand it?
Like, is it just for neurodivergent people right now, or do you expand it to like other kind of disabilities too?
Yeah. So actually, when like I recently was talking to Mr. Kumar and I was planning, like I was submitting my financial plan for the impact initiative. So I had whatever amount of money and I needed to know what do I do with it now. And I really sat there and I did think about this. I was thinking that now that I have a platform and I have money to do great things with, how do I make sure that I'm maximizing the number of people I'm helping? So that's actually a great question, because the first few months I'm going to be working with more neurodivergent schools, and then I'm going to start transitioning it into anyone who feels like music traditionally is not made for them.
Right.
So I don't really want to put a label on it as of now on who else I'll help, but I definitely want to help as many people as I can.
That's really nice to hear. Also, recently you've been appointed as one of the IB Council representatives. Congratulations
Thank you
on
so
that.
much.
How did you react when you first got the news, and what was your experience like at Netherlands?
How did I react? This is during summer break. I was literally lying on my sofa and I was watching Netflix, and then I got an email notification, which is weird because in like the break, and then I read through it and I was so expecting a rejection, but when I saw it, like I just like bounced, like I jumped up and I was telling my parents and we were like figuring out, what it is and stuff.
Yeah.
It was really cool. I actually had to keep it a secret for really long, so so I was really close to telling like my friends, but I couldn't. So that was interesting. The Netherlands, it was incredible. Honestly, like one of the most unique experiences ever. It was such a privilege to get to meet so many people from so many different corners of the world. I heard different languages, different accents, different cultures. It was incredible, and the opportunity to sit like on the same table, like I got the opportunity to lead a meeting with a lot of the IB executives. So it was honestly so insane to me that I was on the same table treating them as an equal, and they truly wanted to hear what I was saying. So I felt like I had like a genuine role in ChangeMaker.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's really nice.
Yeah.
Also, like considering everything, your projects and being on the IB Council, you're balancing so much right now. So
Even 11th grade.
yeah.
Yeah.
So how are you like managing all of it without burning out?
Okay. Well, I definitely think burnout is such a real thing, and it has actually happened to me multiple times. And it does happen, it's completely natural, but I think you really need to get to know yourself. I've learned to know what my limits are, and when it is getting too much, like I step back from things, and I have done that this year. There are a lot of things that I used to do that I really loved, and I've actually had to step back from them because sometimes you do need to prioritize. And as heartbreaking as it is, that is a part of making genuine progress in the things you're doing. You know how, like, I mean, they say, what is it? Jack of all trades,
master of none.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's better to, make an actual difference in what you are doing rather than having a bunch of things that are draining your energy. So I can say with confidence that yes, I may not be doing a million things like I'm used to be, but I can say I have my 100% in these 4 things, for example, and whatever they are, they're making some type of impact in other people's lives, and I'm grateful and I'm proud of that. So that, it keeps me going. And if I feel like, okay, this is too much, I just separate my time. And I mean, time management, obviously, I just use to-do lists and calendars and stuff like that, just to try and organize in my brain what's happening when, what I have to do when.
So what keeps you motivated when you start burning out and things get tough?
Actually, like this week, I was feeling kind of exhausted because I have my summatives coming up and all this stuff, a lot of deadlines, a lot of meetings. But yesterday I had a unified theater session, and I kid you not, it took just not even 15 minutes. It took just the kids coming and saying hi to me, giving each other a hug after seeing each other in a long time, and that was it. I had a smile on my face, and I forgot about all the pressure. I forgot about everything, and I thought that would be something temporary just while I was with them, but after I was so okay, and that's what reminded me that the work I'm doing, it's not about me, and it's not. It's about them, and it's about the fact that I'm able to make a difference in someone's life. And at least in my extracurriculars, that's what keeps me going. Even with the IB Youth Council, the fact that I'm representing so many IB students, and I know there are people who've faced a lot of academic problems, and that's why I'm actually a part of the academics committee within the council. So I get to directly make genuine curriculum shifts. And I know that there are so many people that'll be happy and be able to manage their time better because of that. And that is what keeps me going.
That's really impactful. And what does being like a change maker mean to you? When you know that you're able to impact so many lives, what does that mean to you?
I think change making, it's obviously very subjective, but I mean, a change maker doesn't have to be of a large scale. If you can wake up in the morning and by the end of the day say, I have positively impacted at least one person today, even if it was just a small compliment, that's change making. Today, it's so difficult to find people who are genuine and positive and helping cause a positive shift. And I think that's why even if it's a small step, it really, really goes a long way. And of course, doing social work is one aspect of change making, but change making can happen in your daily life. It doesn't have to be something that is only in regards to helping a particular group of people. I can change make today by giving you a nice compliment, and I mean, I'm sure it'll make your day better, right? And that is what change making is.
Okay.
Are there certain qualities or mindsets you think are essential for students who want to start something of their own?
I think it's just about taking the first step. I was after I did my personal project, I didn't think there was scope for my work with the pre-armed students to go any further, but I think you need to find something that makes you so passionate, something that is like on your mind 24/7, like you're always, thinking. Something like that, that is the only thing that can get you to begin. And once you've begun, you've done the hardest thing. Like, beyond that, it's just being committed and working hard. I mean, these are just cliche things anyone will tell you. But I think for me, and also other people I really like, I'm inspired by, they all have an insane amount of passion. They are so passionate about what they do. And you can only get so far with something if you're if you genuinely love what you do.
What would you say to a student who has an idea but feels unsure about how to start?
I think the first step is definitely just thinking about how you can be more like pragmatic about it. How is it going to really become something in reality? And also, if it's someone in school, like I would definitely suggest reaching out to like the teachers and other students. For me, at least personally, it really helped me to talk to like Mr. Kumar and my other peers who are in Unified Theatre, because they are the people who had a similar approach and mindset about these things. And that is what helped me kind of take my project from being just an idea to really, really pushing it off. And I always suggest that anyone can talk to anyone. Like, even if anyone wants to approach me, like I'm completely fine with that. And it's good to go to your seniors. Like, I know I've spent like breaks with my seniors just being like, how do you do this? How do you do that? And they give really good advice. So that is definitely something good to start with.
And anything else that you would want to share about yourself or the project or anything?
No,
I think we covered it all.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
This is really nice.
Yeah. Okay.